Paimon's heard that Alhaitham's been made acting Grand Sage, but with that personality of his, oh boy.
The newly appointed acting Grand Sage reviewed all of our projects and gave us permission to continue our research.
Acting Grand Sage? That sounds like a new thing.
Yeah, I heard that selecting new sages has been taking some time, so he's just filling in.
They're really out of their minds, making Alhaitham the acting Grand Sage?
Take it easy, Professor. I'm puzzled as well. Just going by qualifications, you're one of our most preeminent scholars. I don't know why they picked a stripling like him.
Fool! Do you think I'm angry because I wasn't chosen for the position? No! It's because I don't understand why they chose him!
Damn, why do you hate him so much?
He was one of my students, but he rarely attended class.
Oh.
When I asked him about it, he retorted that self-study was better use of his time. What brazen arrogance, misery of miseries, for the academia to have him as the acting Grand Sage?
Psst. Want to hear a secret? I've heard the new acting Grand Sage is from Haravatat.
Someone named Alhaitham. Never met him myself, but he's a real hot topic right now. Lots of things being said about him. Hard to tell what's true and what isn't, though. There's also a Vahumana scholar who's been in the spotlight recently. They say that he's a likely pick to be one of the next sages.
Wow. News of Alhaitham being the acting Grand Sage sure spread fast. Some people don't know who he is, though. Guess he's less famous than Paimon thought.
Well, when you skip class all the time, I guess that happens. Who's that?
Hey, are you okay? You don't look too good.
The Matra.
What?
I'm Ilyas. I have to talk to a Matra about something important.
Is this dude about to pass out?
Why don't you tell us what happened and we'll pass on your message to Amatra?
No, I have to tell them myself. They are the only ones I can trust. Sorry, can you lend me your arm? This is an important matter. Failure is not an option.
This guy's kind of sus.
Hey there. Excuse us, but is Sino at the academia?
I'm afraid he's out on a mission right now.
Always out on a mission.
But if you'd like, I can pass whatever message you might have on to him.
We ran into this guy by the gates, and he seems really eager to speak with Amatra. It sounds like something urgent.
Siraj.
Siraj. That name sounds familiar. Isn't he a Vahumana researcher?
The music changed.
Vahumana researcher?
Yes, one of their most renowned, in fact. I hear he's as daring as he is intelligent. There are rumors he'll become Vahumana's next sage. But please continue, good sir. What about Siraj?
I want to report him for conducting a dangerous experiment.
Ooh, okay.
He kidnapped me, tied me up, and took me to that horrible cave.
Oh, Jesus.
Experimental equipment everywhere. I ran as fast as I could, a little slower, and he would have caught me.
What kind of experiments was he conducting? Where is this cave?
I don't remember. All I remember is Siraj walking towards me, and then my head started feeling weird. Oh, I heard they conduct business in the tavern. We have to hurry.
This sounds like something Mr. I conduct child experiments would do.
All right. I'll have some of my colleagues look into Siraj. But before that, I would like to administer the Matra lie detector test.
You think I'm lying?
Please don't take it the wrong way. This is just standard protocol. First things first, Ilyas passed the lie detector test. This indicates that what he said is highly credible. As such, we've decided to launch an investigation based on the leads he provided. Per protocol, this matter was reported to acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. After hearing about it, he left a message for Mahamatra Sino and then asked to join the investigation.
Wow.
Huh. It's kind of weird for you to be working with Amatra. Is there a special reason?
A lot of that happened off screen.
You're overthinking things. My interest was piqued is all.
It's already against protocol for acting Grand Sage Alhaitham to participate in this investigation. As for you two... Oh, never mind. After all, you were the ones who brought Ilyas here. I'll allow you to accompany us, but you have to promise to keep everything confidential.
Okay.
Don't you worry. Our lips are sealed.
Ilyas claimed that Siraj will be conducting some business with a Kasharawar researcher at the tavern. This is one of his few clear memories. seems he stumbled upon this information while escaping. It's close to the time that Ilyas had given, so we've decided to head to the tavern and investigate any suspicious persons.
That's right. Arav, prepare to head out. You two, do as you will.
We're here, Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. What's our next course of action? Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham?
He wants him to figure it out, I'm betting.
Looks like you haven't read any memos lately.
Yep.
The new Academia decree clearly states that even a sage doesn't have the authority to interfere with the Matra's actions during an ongoing investigation. If your superior were here, he wouldn't be asking me what to do. Instead, he'd be telling me to stay out of the way.
You're right. Understood. Then please wait here as we lock down the perimeter and search for suspicious persons. Ilyas, please stay here. Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, I'll have to trouble you with the protection of our primary witness.
Sure. Though I'd rather he just protect himself.
He really do not care about anybody.
You're the same as ever, casually ignoring people just like you did back at Aru Village.
Answering a simplistic question only enables the questioner. Besides, I need him to understand my position clearly.
What do you mean?
Arav has just as many doubts about my coming along as you do. But unlike you two, he's making this matter more complicated than it is, with his considerations like the acting Grand Sage is trying to seize the Matra's powers. That question was obviously bait. The Matra were once under the influence of the sages, and so were often subject to these bureaucratic traps. I hope that our exchange will assure him that I won't interfere with their work this time.
Why is this so complicated?
Excuse me, Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. I've had a question on my mind, and I need to know the answer no matter what. Have we met before?
What?
No. I have no recollection of ever meeting you.
Haha, I thought so too. I probably wouldn't have had anything to do with someone of your caliber.
Then why did you ask?
Well, for some reason I felt a sense of familiarity when I met you for the first time.
Really? A misperception, perhaps. Or...
Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, we've apprehended a suspect.
Siraj?
No, it's the Kasharawar researcher who has dealings with him. His name is Narendra.
So what's going on here?
Acting Sage Alhaitham? Wait, can someone please explain what's going on? I admit that I did steal some mechanical components from the lab and sell them, but does something like that really warrant the personal interest of the Acting Grand Sage? I know I let greed get the best of me, but please, I promise that this won't ever happen again.
Do you know Siraj?
Yeah, that's the name of my buyer. He asked to make the transaction at the tavern, but he never showed up. He's doing some kind of experiment that seems to require many power generators and electrical components that can only be found in our project. We had originally agreed to meet at the tavern earlier today to do the trade. I sure didn't expect to get stood up or run into you all.
So for one, this is definitely a fall guy or just somebody he uses bait. And two, it's probably a rat here because he was definitely notified that we were coming.
The good news is, regardless of what Siraj was planning, his progress will now be severely hindered by a lack of power generators and electrical components. We still have time to conduct our investigation. Do you have any more questions for the suspect?
No, he's all yours. But I'd like to borrow Ilyas for a while.
We conducted a comprehensive lie detection exam, which showed that he has a genuine case of amnesia. We're not planning to pursue any further breakthroughs on that front.
I've read some papers regarding amnesia, and I'd like to try restoring his memories.
Oh, wait, this man got a cure for amnesia.
Alhaitham, are you serious about seeing things through? Paimon's pretty surprised that you're this interested in the case.
I thought you would have guessed the reason by now.
Do you know Siraj?
Yes. We were classmates.
So you're not here because you're interested in the case itself, but because you know the suspect?
No.
You couldn't be further from the truth. But I wasn't expecting much from you to begin with. He submitted a thesis 1 year ago, and the Grand Sage at the time asked for my opinion. I did not approve of it because it committed one of the 6 cardinal sins by touching upon human evolution. He's most likely trying to circumvent the rules and conduct his experiment in secret.
Ilyas, can you try to remember things again? Maybe something new will pop up.
He has amnesia, Paimon. It's not that easy.
I'm sorry, but I've already tried many times. And no matter how hard I try, it feels like everything in my mind is shrouded in a thick mist. Well, actually, I feel like I've forgotten more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and experimented on.
What did he do?
The kind of person I am, the things I've done. I can remember some things, but I can't recall some others no matter how hard I try. But I do vaguely remember that there are 2 things that I have to do no matter what.
Do tell.
The first is to get my paycheck from the academia and give it to my younger sister in Gandalf.
This man said, I have no idea who I am, and I have no idea what I'm doing here, but all I know is that I gotta get that bag.
Not sure about the details, but it seems that I would send money to my younger sister every month to pay for family expenses.
And the second thing? What's the second thing?
I can't remember. Sorry, there's just so much I can't recall.
Not unexpected. However, you're the only one who has seen Suraj and knows the exact location of his cave at present. As such, we'll do everything we can to help you regain your memories.
Oh, thank you so much. This feeling, it's more than just pain. I don't know how to describe it. I have so few memories that I don't even have a clear idea of who I am. And my head's always ringing. It feels like I could faint at any moment. But amidst all that, it also feels like I've been set free somehow. Now, I do remember that I worked part-time at a place in the academia called the Research Preparation Center. That's also where I got my monthly paycheck.
I see. In that case, let's go and find whoever's in charge there. I believe you know this individual. His name is Ilyas. He worked part-time here, and he's here for his paycheck.
Oh, yes, of course. Though, Ilyas, where have you been these past few days?
I'm sorry, something unexpected came up, but I know I've caused trouble for everyone. Is there anything I can do to make up for it?
The other researchers have more or less finished your share of the work. However, there is one thing that is yet to be settled. Do you remember Chandra? You were in charge of following up on his off-site research application. He retracted his application a few days ago and canceled his off-site project. He's the 12th person to retract a research application this month. I'd like you to ask him why he did that.
Understood. Then, about my paycheck.
You'll get this after you do that.
I'll pay you in full once you return.
Yeah.
However, make sure you don't disappear without saying anything again.
I wonder, in today's society, is being kidnapped a good enough reason for you to not come into work, or would you be fired the next day?
I heard that you canceled your research project, so I'm just here to ask you why.
Oh, that, it's really nothing special. I just don't feel like going anymore. I'm not the only one who canceled, right? I mean, people have had no motivation to conduct research lately, haven't they?
No motivation to conduct research?
Yeah. Say, who might you be? You look sort of familiar.
Oh, don't mind me. Please, continue.
Everyone recognizes him, though. There's something fishy going on with these people.
Well, with the downfall of the Sages not long ago, many of the projects that they led were put on hold while they were being investigated. With the situation being so volatile, people are picking up random things to do to kill time. No one wants to risk starting any new research until it's clear how things will pan out in the future.
When you say how things will pan out, you actually mean what the new Sages would have interest in, right?
Wow, talk about blunt. But that isn't the only reason for the lack of motivation to start new research.
So what are the other reasons?
Well, because the Akasha terminal shut down. I'm sure you're all aware that we require all kinds of knowledge to perform any of the research we do.
I guess that's understandable, because like imagine you having to do research without Google.
It was beyond convenient. We didn't have to spend an extended amount of time studying, so we were able to immediately run various tests and experiments. After having had a taste of something so amazing, who can be bothered to manually sift through data and files ever again? There are only a handful of people at the academia who are starting new projects or performing research. Most people are like me, waiting for a recognized researcher to start a project before immediately applying to join. Although our names will be further down in the paper, we'll have a much easier time. We don't have to do most of the mental heavy lifting. All we have to do is focus on our assigned tasks.
I'm sure a lot of people will want to criticize this, but if you really think about it, it's understandable, because I don't think you can really imagine a world without having the internet or Google. Are people really gonna go back to libraries and sift through hundreds of books just to do a single research project? No. It's way too convenient to have the internet and Google at your fingertips at home. Oh my god. Oh my.
What's wrong?
Oh, bro.
It hurts.
Bro, switch into 3D mode.
I remember what Siraj said to me as he approached. You will become Siraj number 36. Fuse yourself with a consciousness under my control. Think only in accordance with a set module, like a worker bee in a beehive.
It's what Siraj was researching and the topic of the thesis he had submitted. Collective consciousness and the path of evolution.
I have a feeling I know where this is going.
First, he would rank test subjects in descending order of ability, with number 1 serving as the overmind. This overmind would then divide tasks into numerous modules and delegate them to the collective's members based on their assigned number. Lastly, members would share their memories and emotions to facilitate the rapid exchange of information within the collective. Eventually, everyone's minds will be consolidated into a new form of existence that is both an individual and an organization. Siraj believes this collective consciousness is superior to individual humans.
So basically this guy is trying to turn everyone into bots?
Siraj gave all the test subjects different numbers. Bigger numbers meant you had a lower rank, so your assigned tasks were less complex, such as being responsible for everyone's basic needs. Smaller numbers were ranked higher, so you'd be given more complex assignments like planning for the future. Siraj referred to me as number 36, and I think that was a low-ranking number. I also recall that Siraj said his plan was proceeding very quickly, and that the hive would soon be complete.
You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number.
What a shame. I heard you all talking about Siraj just now. Are you looking for him? I heard he's gained recognition from a lot of well-known researchers. Supposedly, he's a strong contender for being one of the next sages. That said, I do know a researcher who received an invitation from Siraj but declined it. Her name is Janaki. If you're interested, you can try to find her. She's usually reading at the pavilion in the garden.
Are you Janaki? We'd like to ask you a couple of things about Siraj.
Ilyas?
Do you know me?
Why did she growl?
But I don't recognize you.
Are you playing dumb with me?
No, I'm not. I actually have amnesia, so I've lost a lot of my memories.
And? Are you trying to say that I should forgive you just because you've forgotten what you've done? Or are you using the acting grand sage as backup to settle things with me? The two biggest loners teaming up. What a terrible thought.
That's enough. There seems to be a dispute between the two of you, but I have no interest in that. I heard that Siraj once invited you to join his project. Is that true?
Siraj did extend an invitation to me, and I was also interested in his project. I think it was about collective consciousness or something. Anyway, he said that I could be number 45.
Oh.
I refused because I thought that rank was too low.
Dang.
No one wants to be placed at the bottom. Certainly not me.
Tell me, did Siraj tell you how he assigned numbers?
Yeah. Remember how the sages took advantage of the Akasha and extracted Yana energy from our heads back then? They left a document that records the amount of Yana energy that the Akasha had extracted from each person.
Every evil plan is going to wrap back to the Akasha system now. I genuinely think the Akasha was like a gigantic double-edged sword for Sumeru.
I don't know how Siraj got his hands on that document, but he used it as the basis for his numbering system.
At most, Yana energy can only be seen as representing a portion of a person's abilities. Humans are complicated beings, so it is impossible to evaluate them using a single criterion.
See? I knew I couldn't have only been ranked as 45.
What else do you know about Siraj?
That's it. He came to me, I refused, and that was the end of it. Is there anything else you needed? If not, I'm out of here. I've had enough of this eyesore.
Dang, what did you do?
Please, wait, I still want to know what I did in the past.
What did you do, bro?
I really forgot.
I swear, I don't remember anything.
I get angry just thinking about it, so I really don't have the patience to fill you in.
Dang.
All you need to know is that you got a lot of people in trouble back then, including me.
What did you do?
I guess I did something really horrible.
Do you want to remember?
Huh?
No one can force you to remember if you don't want to. Even if you manage to remember, all you would need to do is feign ignorance and tell us that you tried the best you could, but to no avail.
I'm not sure what to do. Like I said before, for some reason I felt a sense of freedom when I realized I had lost my memories.
Oh, that's why he was getting a headache when they were talking about the projects.
But I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to go free so easily. I still want to remember everything. What should I do?
I can look up your file. Something that caused trouble for a lot of people in the past must be on file somewhere. Would you like me to look into it?
Yes, please.
Right, the elevator. They got an elevator in here? Oh, it's so cool. I never seen this before. Hey, how far am I going up? I'm traveling 15 stories! What is this, the World Trade Center?
What have I done?
This file indicates that you were once commended by the academia for your courage and sense of justice. You were considered a hero. Your instructor was engaging in academic fraud, and you were the one who reported him. Your report was found to be true after a series of investigations, and your instructor was brought to justice by the Matra. This incident caused quite the commotion, and the academia sent you a commendation.
Yeah, see, I told you. It's gonna hurt for him to remember.
What is it? Are any memories coming back to you?
No, it's just... my head feels like it's being ripped apart again.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah, his brain is gonna force him to not remember.
That should have been something good to hear, but my body is instinctively rejecting it. I feel like I'll black out if I try to remember.
Take it slow. Recovering memories is no easy task, especially when it involves memories that you don't want to remember. Just do what you think is right.
Thank you. I'm not sure how you're so calm and composed all the time, but it does make me feel more confident about the situation I'm in.
Let's head to Gandharvaville and deliver Ilias's paycheck to his sister.
Ilias, what are you doing back here?
Dad, it's nothing. I was just wondering how everyone was doing.
Oh, so he remembers his dad, though.
Did they bully you again? It's all right. You can tell us. Ilias, what's wrong?
I'm fine. Just a minor headache. I haven't been getting much rest lately.
Back then, I told you not to be a hero. Look how things turned out. I can't imagine how things are going for you at the academia. We've even been receiving threat letters.
They've been sending threats to his parents? What?
You don't have to force yourself to stay at the academia. You can always come back home.
Hey! That's enough, you two. Ilias isn't feeling well. You can keep nagging him once we get home. Ilias, let's find somewhere to talk. So, how's your headache?
It's much better now. Oh, here. It's this month's paycheck. How's everything at home?
Same old, same old. It's just that everyone's worried about you. Don't mind their nagging. Deep down, they know that you did the right thing. It's just that after hearing a lot of bad rumors about you and seeing all the threatening letters, well, they're mom and dad. Maybe they just want you to conform a bit more.
They said, please just be normal.
Conform.
You don't remember? After the incident, you... Ilias? What's wrong?
Ah, I see. I remember now. Don't worry, I remember now.
Anyway, I understand your decision. But Mom, Dad, and I just want you to be happy. I don't care if you're a hero or not. I just want you to enjoy life and relax more.
Your understanding is a great comfort to him.
Is it? That's good. Are you a friend of his?
Yeah, I'm the acting Grand Sage.
Would you like to join us for dinner? I just happened to buy some extra food.
Sorry, but I still have things I need to take care of.
Well, that's a shame.
What a shame.
You remember now?
Yes, I do. Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person.
Is that your way of conveying gratitude?
Remember when I asked at the tavern if we had ever met? I said that there was a sense of familiarity, but what I really meant was a sense of loathing.
Huh?
But having spent some time with you, I realized that you're not someone I dislike to that extent. Strange, isn't it? Why did I have those thoughts at that time?
My strength is that I don't care about what others think. If you could also develop this quality, then you won't be as bothered by complicated social relationships.
Oh my god.
But first things first. I remember where Siraj's cave is now. I'll take you there.
Oh, now I can play as Alhaitham. Let's take a look at what they gave him. Surely they don't put Noblesse Oblige on him. 61 crit rate, 180 crit damage, okay. R1 foiler incision, okay.
Weird. It's bigger on the inside than Paimon imagined. Are you sure it's still a work in progress? Ilias, do you remember this place? Huh? Ilias!
Oh
Where'd
my.
he go?
Nah.
Did he get separated from us? Should we wait here or turn around and look for him?
There's no need for that. Let's keep moving.
Oh my goodness.
I don't understand. Everyone knows that Johnny is stealing your research. Why is no one willing to go public with the truth? He shamelessly used your thesis to send in a project application. And whenever the project hits a wall, he asks you for help. Everyone knows what's going on.
Do you know how many people are working on that project? If Johnny was kicked out because of academic fraud, that'd be the end of the project. Too many people would be affected.
But he's obviously taking advantage of you. He throws you the hardest work, and after you're done pulling all-nighters, he struts around with your research data and takes credit for it.
Oh yeah, he definitely sounds like the type of person that would be the hero.
That's not right! Why are you putting up with this?
This is just how things are. All I want is to graduate without any problems. It's okay. He's at least paying me.
Half a year of your time and effort. Countless all-nighters and casual threats and insults, all for a measly 20,000 mora?
Enough. It's fine. I just need to suck it up and get it done.
What's the matter?
I think I just saw a glimpse of Ilias' past.
Huh? You could read minds this whole time and you never told Paimon?
I was also able to see those memories just now. They were probably the ones that leaked out while Ilias was connecting to the collective consciousness.
So how did Paimon not get them?
It's clear that this place isn't a work in progress. The hive has long been finished. The collective consciousness project is already complete, and Ilias is now returning to the collective.
So he tricked us.
Not entirely. Keep walking and you'll see why.
I have no idea how his skills work at all.
An entire year's worth of work down the drain. And for what? Your reputation? Do you have any idea how many people you brought down?
You could have played hero any time. So why couldn't you have waited until the project was complete?
I don't understand what you guys are saying. Are you saying you don't care that Raju jumped to his death?
It's a shame. What happened to him? I thought he was stronger than that.
What? That's what you say in response to that? Nah.
Everyone has been working hard to complete the project. He could have endured for a bit longer, but he chose now.
What?
In any case, we're done with you. Because of your recklessness, the Matra are putting Johnny on trial. This project is done for. None of this affects you at all. But do you know how many people, myself included, needed this project to complete their studies? Now our futures are up in the air. If worst comes to pass, we might not be able to graduate. Do you understand now?
All y'all going ahead. What? You right there. Hell. You. Hell. You. Hell. Yeah, I said it.
I'm sorry.
There's no need for an apology. It's not like I'll accept it anyway. You'll pay for this.
This is what I'm saying. The academia is absolutely messed up. Did they put something inside of these books? Because what is wrong with these people?
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. Save your words for when we see him.
There have been many poorly written applications lately. I guess I'll just have to reject them all.
Ilias, this is all very strange. Is there really no research group that will take you? Well, to pass this course, you must complete a paper with other researchers. I know you're a hero for fighting academic fraud, but well, we can't make exceptions for heroes, now can we? Maybe you should try to improve your relationship with the other researchers. Getting a reputation for being too unconventional will not stand you in good stead in the long run.
I understand.
You seem troubled.
Huh?
Where are my manners?
Oh, it's Siraj.
My name is Siraj. The world hates people who don't fit in. I imagine you've had your fair share of trouble. After you reported Johnny for academic fraud, you were ostracized and shunned. Even your family can't understand your actions. I'm working on some research that will help you merge into a collective. That way, your life won't be so dolorous. How about it? Wanna have a go?
Oh man, he just got recruited. Oh man.
What did you see?
Siraj persuaded Ilias to join the Hive.
Paimon can't believe it! He really did trick us! That giga jerk! No, Siraj is the real giga jerk here. Ilias is just a regular jerk. Ooh, Paimon's so mad! We're gonna find him, and we're gonna make him explain himself!
His intentions are pure, but I think he just took a bad route.
Ilias!
You've come. I intentionally slowed my integration into the collective consciousness because I wanted to see you one last time as Ilias.
What?
And I wanted to apologize to you as him. It was only at Gandharvaville that the second thing I must do occurred to me. Bring you all here to throw off the Matra and bring Alhaitham to the Hive. That was my task as Siraj number 36.
But you passed the Matra's lie detector test!
Yes, I truly did forget many things during that time, even my identity and assigned responsibilities. However, it's not that I got scared and forgot. I chose to delete those memories. It's difficult to fool Alhaitham, so I had to create the perfect guise for myself.
And the best guise is when you believe your own lies.
I only told you that the Hive was incomplete because I had deleted my memories of its completion. It was finished a long time ago.
Yeah, that's
Before
why it
I
looks
left,
like this.
I was already living as number 36. Now, I choose to return to that identity. Only here can I be truly free. After I enter this room, my consciousness will merge back into the collective. And so, this is goodbye.
Is this your decision?
The outside world is painful sometimes, but Paimon doesn't think that's a reason to run away.
Do you need more time to consider, Ilias?
Hey, who are...
That is Siraj.
So you're that giga jerk!
Giga jerk? Huh, how bold of you. Have I done something to offend you?
You!
Here, people can live easily and happily without needing to exercise complex mental thought. This is what they have chosen. All I've done is fulfill their wishes.
I don't know if this is better though.
You're just trying to justify yourself!
There are researchers at the academia who engage in dangerous research in extreme environments while others become idle and listless. People are so obsessed with collective will that even those on the fringes will attempt to fit in after suffering setbacks. There's no need to deny this, as it is fact. It is natural for social creatures to congregate together, and the terminus of conformity is a collective consciousness through which even an ordinary bee colony can become a powerful swarm. Replace the bees with humans, and this model becomes even more potent.
You once arrogantly denied the merits of this project before the Grand Sage.
When we arrived, I noticed many empty rooms in the Hive.
Oh, you noticed that? Then can you guess where their inhabitants are?
Outside.
The answer is the academia.
Yeah.
They're executing another phase of the plan. The plan to install me as a sage.
And they all hate Alhaitham because he's the acting Grand Sage, right?
Everything has been proceeding smoothly. You are our biggest obstacle. With you out of the way, I'll use my growing influence to turn the collective consciousness into a legitimate study. The project will snowball until ultimately everyone will be part of my hive. No. The hive will be in control. And it will lead the academia towards a new future. Return to the hive, number 36.
Wait! Don't go back! Look! There are lots of people out there worried about you. And you aren't an outcast. Aren't we your friends?
We just met you like 30 minutes ago.
Return, number 36. You know as well as I do that comforting words don't make life any easier.
Ilias? Why?
You two are just as arrogant as Alhaitham. You think that everyone should be like you and live according to their own truths. But you don't realize that most people simply want easy lives.
Bro, I asked for affordable rent, not a megamind cult.
Alhaitham, do say a word or two. I will consider them as your last.
I made those words quite clear a year ago. The model you presented was extremely unstable. No amount of garish packaging will change its fragile nature. It can't be helped. If you were clever enough to realize those problems, then you would have been aware that the Hive changed when Ilias returned to this collective consciousness of yours.
Oh.
What?
What's happening?
The collective needs motivation to execute its plans, just as machinery requires energy to operate. That's why you, as the Overmind, synchronized your hatred of me into the collective, prompting them to create and execute a plan to eliminate me. However, when Ilias returned to the collective, his memories and emotions were shared with the rest of its members. This includes his perception of me.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person.
This contradicts the hatred you had provided them, and these two differing emotions will give rise to new conflict.
Wouldn't expect any less from you, Alhaitham. Once the collective consciousness bugs out, we'll take that opportunity to... wait. It's back to normal already.
Does he hate us now?
Alhaitham, I told you. You're too arrogant. Did you really think that your little scheme would be enough to destabilize the Hive? Ilias's return had indeed introduced abnormal emotions into the Hive, but such a meager drop cannot give rise to waves. Your struggle has been in vain, and it's time to end it. Allow me to show you what makes the collective consciousness so formidable.
Bruh.
So many monsters. Where did they come from?
I also integrated monsters into the collective, though I ranked them last. Even so, they are part of it. Now then, drown in endless waves of monsters. You will all pay for your ceaseless arrogance.
I've already sent my gift to the collective. It'll take some time for the recipient to receive it. You two just need to brace yourselves for the nuisance in front of us.
Paimon doesn't know how you get so confident, but we'll hold them off for as long as we can.
You mean me and Alhaitham?
Alhaitham isn't that bad of a person.
But it has to be done. He must be eliminated so that we can evolve.
Let's give it some time, they'll realize.
He won't hold out for much longer.
He's a lot tougher than we imagined.
Something's gone wrong with the Academia. The march.
What's going on? What's with this sudden influx of information? Silence! As the Overmind, I command you!
How is that possible? Why hasn't it been resolved yet?
Error in our judgment?
The will of the collective cannot be wrong. The Overmind must have made an error in his judgment. But Siraj is the most intelligent.
They're gonna turn against him.
He is number one. His judgment is the optimal one.
The true one? No, not necessarily.
They're turning against him. It's over for this man. It's over for you, dog.
What have you done?
Calm down. Don't you have an easy way to figure this out?
Nope.
You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number.
What a shame.
Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
What you said to Ilias has now become a memory shared by all members of the Hive. I see it now! You've channeled and amplified their selfish desires! You're trying to destroy my Hive from the inside out!
Human minds are not infinitely pliable, and your Hive has stretched many of them to their limit. Once your authority as Overmind starts to wane, it won't be long before your subjects snap back. Is it worth living here like a machine? Being a tool for the rest of my life?
They're about to be like, wait a minute, this guy's a doofus.
Selfishness, doubt, and fear will propagate, thanks to the web of consciousness that you built. At this stage, your so-called Hive has already fallen.
It's not over yet.
I am the Overmind! There has to be a way!
Oh, he's gonna fall. Uh-oh.
It's too late. Once the desires of the Hive accumulate, beyond a certain threshold, they will kill their king.
He's gonna save him, right?
I wouldn't have suffered such a disgraceful defeat if I was the Overmind.
Dang!
Be so far down the list! Siraj is alive!
Ow.
This isn't what we agreed to!
I should be the one in your position!
Bro taking the biggest L ever. What an L.
The Hive shut down?
Members of a collective consciousness are more likely to reach a consensus because of their shared memories and emotions. For example, Ilias did have differing perceptions, but he ultimately followed the collective consciousness's judgment. However, this system is far from perfect. Based on this logic, the collective consciousness will generate an intractable diffusion effect upon encountering negative emotions.
So basically, you gotta be selfish to break the hive mind.
The disturbance that Ilias caused wasn't for naught. It made the collective question the Overmind. Setbacks in the plan further amplified doubt, which diminishes the Overmind's influence. This inevitably causes the collective to generate negative emotions. These negative emotions can be very well hidden, as humans generally do not share completely transparent channels of communication. But in the Hive, where there are no secrets, negativity can spread like a tidal wave. Of course, what I said to Ilias was the trigger for all of this.
You were already thinking of a way to destroy the collective consciousness. Even back then, you knew that Ilias was the bait all along. But how did you know? Since when?
All according to his plan.
I knew it from the moment I saw him. Moreover, I never looked down on you. My opinion of you has always been objective.
Also, can we talk about how bright he looks here?
I know very well that you've never viewed me as an equal. When you were with us, you always had a distant look in your eyes. You don't need to hide it. I know it better than anyone else. The arrogance that comes with being a genius. Nobody likes being treated like that.
Your perspective is entirely born from your habitual way of looking at things. From your perspective, you probably think I'm like you. Someone who doesn't fit in. However, I've never placed myself on a pedestal. I just want to distance myself from meaningless noise and look at everything objectively.
You not like me, little bro.
On the other hand, you have failed to come to terms with who you truly are. You care too much about winning and how others perceive you.
You mean to say that I'm the arrogant one here?
Is that not so? Arrogant and emotionally fragile.
Damn.
I have lost. You can take me back to the academia to stand trial.
Got him.
You will stand trial, yes. But arresting people isn't in my job description.
Sino? What are you doing here?
I followed the symbols. Looks like things have already been settled.
I left a similar picture in my letter to him, and I made several similar symbols on the way here.
Oh, Paimon remembers! When Paimon first saw you, Arav said that you had left a letter for Sino. So you really did know that something was up with Ilias from the start! You lied to us too!
I want to see him and Yaimiko try to come up with a plan to fool each other.
It'd be best if you didn't spout nonsense. I never employed any mode of trickery on you. By the way, I came across some information at the Academia a few days ago. If you practice the method discussed therein, your vision may improve. Do you need it?
Seriously?
The Matra have started screening suspicious persons, and we've already arrested many of Siraj's associates. This was likely one factor that caused the Hive's consciousness to waver. Everything went as you predicted, Alhaitham.
Good. Seems like the interesting part is already over. I'll leave the arrests to you all.
He said, I'm bored, bye.
See you.
I was involved in all these plans to get rid of the acting Grand Sage? What came over me? How could I do something like this?
We were accomplices without knowing it. But
I'm afraid that Alhaitham might pressure the Matra into giving us heavier sentences. Whether he's the scribe or the acting Grand Sage, we can't afford to offend him. It seems our future at the Academia will be full of uncertainties.
Siraj made us hate Alhaitham, and we blindly accepted that hatred and thought of him as a bad person. From how things look, we've done a lot of irrational things.
I guess we're getting what we deserve. Could you help us apologize to Alhaitham, no matter what he chooses? Apologizing will make us feel slightly better. If he chooses to remember this, we're prepared for our punishment.
It's time to go.
You're going with them, buddy.
Looks like I can't exist as Siraj number 36. Yet, my life as Ilyas goes on. When I was at Gandharvaville, I thought about whether I should just come forward with the truth. But I didn't have the courage then. So in the end, I lost my sense of justice. But I also wasn't able to conform. However, I didn't come out of this completely empty-handed. The moment the hive collapsed, an idea popped into my head. I realized that the collective I was always trying to fit into wasn't as powerful as I had imagined. Understanding that gave me courage somehow. Perhaps one day I could be just like Alhaitham and not care about what anyone else thinks.
No, I don't think you could be just like him, little bro.
Can you keep this a secret from my parents and my sister? I just don't want them to worry. Also, please apologize to Alhaitham for me. Goodbye, you two.
Are you two hurt? I brought bandages and hemostatics.
Aw, thank you, Sino.
Paimon's fine. Just a little tired.
What were you doing?
Get some rest. Alhaitham is probably waiting for you at the entrance. Go see him when you're done here. Judging by your faces, it seems like you two still have some questions.
I'm curious.
I respect your curiosity, but I'm off the clock now.
Bruh.
So I'm not going to field any questions.
Can I ask you as a friend instead?
Hey, we're not your colleagues!
You couldn't tell that was an excuse just now?
You're not leaving today until you explain what happened back at Siraj's secret base!
See ya.
This man really living!
Hold it right there!
Nah.
Are you done? Your behavior is reminding me of some other people.
Stop changing the subject!
It's too much of a hassle to explain everything from the top. You know what? Come with me.
I feel like Alhaitham is lucky that he's good looking, because if he was just slightly unattractive, he would be a lot less liked within the community.
Is this your home?
This is his house? Dang.
What's with you all of a sudden? Being all polite and inviting us over?
Oh, hey. Here's Kaveh.
Ah, you're back. Quick, come help me see if this painting's all straightened. Huh? Who are they?
What's up, Kaveh?
Stop making a fuss. They're obviously guests.
You're not from the Academia, are you?
No, we're not.
I'm unsure she's seen you before. You're that person from that time in that one place!
Wait, what? How do you know me? Oh no, do people know that I live here?
Is he embarrassed?
What? You're embarrassed only now of all times?
Oh, you guys are roommates!
Yes we are, but keep that to yourselves. Please, don't tell anyone else.
I keep a few books on collectives and the subconscious here at home. I'll get them. You all chat in the meantime.
Do we not remember this guy at all?
Hey! You're leaving just like that? What's the deal, Alhaitham? Sorry, I know we've only just met, but I have to ask. Are you, you wouldn't happen to be actors that Alhaitham hired to pretend to be his friends, would you?
What?
Guess not. I've never seen him invite friends home before, so please excuse my surprise. You guys get it, right? You know, with his temperament and stuff.
But aren't you his friend?
I wouldn't say friends exactly. Okay, well, we used to be, but we're not anymore.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. My name is Kaveh. I'm sorry to have met you under these circumstances. Anyway, please don't say anything about me living here.
You seem like you got a lot going on. So maybe some Mora will make Paimon shut up.
Oh my.
Are you serious? How could you? Of course. You're Alhaitham's friends.
Judging by the deafening din coming from the living room, you all must be getting along quite well.
Entertain your own friends, why don't you?
I'll leave the books here.
Oh my god. Why so many?
Paimon's dizzy from reading. This is way too complicated. Why don't we just ask questions instead? How did you know about the collective consciousness's weakness?
A year ago, Suraj presented his thesis to the Grand Sage, who offhandedly asked for my opinion. I actually responded with 2 lines of reasoning. The first, as I've already said, was that his research was on human evolution, a subject prohibited by the academia.
Wait, why is human evolution prohibited?
The second was that I thought the direction of his research was too extreme, but his approach too conservative.
Wait, that's too conservative? He built such a large lab, gathered all those people, and even tried to get rid of you!
One way to stabilize a collective consciousness is to remove the test subject's humanity altogether. The optimal solution to achieve collective consciousness is to focus solely on the overmind and treat the other test subjects as tools. If Suraj had done that, I would have felt his work to be just as senseless. It's impossible for any species to evolve overnight, and humans without their humanity cannot be called humans.
Yeah.
That's why the academia prohibited research into human evolution. Most research of this kind tends to run contrary to evolution.
Ha! That's rich coming from you. If humans aren't humans without their humanity, then you'll probably evolve into some other species in another decade, I wager.
What about you? Are you going to devolve into a fungus?
At least I'd be a fungus with empathy.
Damn.
Sorry for eavesdropping, but what happened to you guys? Are you in trouble?
Sort of. We encountered a strange researcher that had it out for us.
Are you all okay?
To be precise, they had it out for Alhaitham.
Such is life. If only he'd known, Alhaitham could have stayed indoors today, and the whole thing could have been avoided, right?
Right.
Plus, he could have helped me with the housework for once. See those books? They've been sitting there waiting for someone to sort through them for an age. If you're not gonna read them, tidy them away. They don't belong there.
He's like a mom. He's like his mom. Aww.
Can you feel the awkwardness in the air? I hope you're aware of your lack of conversational skills.
Oh, so the pot's calling the kettle black, is he? Well, having said all that, are you okay?
Aww.
I'm doing quite well. Much better than that painting you're trying to hang on the wall.
Damn!
You don't understand anything. Stop criticizing my taste in decoration.
Paimon can't tell which of them is more problematic. Let's just get this over with and leave.
I blame your curiosity, Paimon.
You whisper very loudly.
By the way, the other researchers apologized to you. They hope that you can forgive them.
I bear them no ill will. More accurately, I don't really care about what they think of me.
Makes sense.
To some extent, they were also fooled by Suraj. The Matra will take this into account at their trials.
Ilyas also said that he wanted to tell us the truth at Gandharvaville, but he didn't have the courage. He apologized to you too.
It doesn't matter. I never considered asking him to come forward with the truth.
Yeah, because I don't care about what he thinks.
Judging from his experiences, he's more courageous than the average person.
Oh.
There's no need to lay even more criticism on him. Criticizing the brave only shows how weak you yourself are. I'm going for dinner in 10 minutes, so I'll field one last question.
Paimon doesn't have any more questions. How about you?
What were you actually interested in, Alhaitham?
You only started investigating with the Matra at the Academia because you were interested in something, right? But after meeting Suraj, it didn't seem like you were interested in him or his experiment.
I had no interest in him personally, but I was curious as to why so many people were willing to form a collective consciousness with him. I now understand the reason.
Something to do with the current atmosphere at the Academia, I suppose? Oh yeah, because they don't have anything to do.
Correct. The fall of the sages and the shutdown of the Akasha terminals deeply affected the Academia. The fact that Suraj's project attracted so much interest despite not being approved speaks to the lack of research projects as of late.
I don't got anything to do. Oh hey, there's a new project. Oh, and I've joined a cult.
As the acting Grand Sage, I'll have to figure something out. In addition, what happened to Ilyas is worth our attention. Reporting academic fraud was the right thing to do. He didn't deserve the outcome that he had received. I'll do my best to take care of this mess until my resignation is approved.
Wait, your resignation?
He doesn't want to be a sage.
Yes. I've already submitted my resignation to the Academia. Soon, I'll resign as the acting Grand Sage and go back to being its scribe. I don't think Siraj knew about that. If he had waited just a few more days before acting, I would have already resigned. However, even without my input, his unstable model would have collapsed for some other reason, so it makes no difference. I'm not suited to be a sage, nor do I want to be one. The official process to select the new sages is already underway, but this process is long and takes far too much time. If I serve as acting Grand Sage for too long, the position might become permanent. That would be troublesome. This job isn't something I want to spend the rest of my life doing.
Kind of feels like Jean. She's been acting Grandmaster for how long? It kind of feels like she already is the Grandmaster.
Well, it's about time. You two should grab some dinner as well.
Oh, now that you say that, Paimon's kinda hungry. See ya! We're gonna grab some yummies!
Bye.
See ya.
Nice.
The name Siraj doesn't ring a bell. Was he in your class?
He isn't someone who would leave an impression, so it's expected that you don't remember him.
I've always had a hard time appreciating the way that the Academia pressures people by labeling them as geniuses. But even so, the Academia can't be left to you. Or perhaps I should say that I'm delighted to see that you have a base amount of self-awareness. If the people in the Academia haven't gone mad, they'd know that I'm much more suited to be a sage than you.
And I suppose they'd let everyone know that your career as a sage will be as shaky as that painting.
Again, that's mighty rich coming from someone about to resign. In a few days, you'll be managing files again. You'll be back at rock bottom.
But my salary will likely stay the same.
Oh my god.
Wait, what? How come? Why do you get special treatment?
He got a raise without even needing to fulfill the positions as a sage? Wow.
At least I don't have to be an architectural designer who works himself to death just to get a smile from his client.
Damn.
I took time out of my day to clean the living room for you, and this is the thanks I get for it? I'd have been better off catching up on my work. I still have designs to finish.
Make sure to pay back the rent you owe me. I'm going to buy some furniture with that, Mora.
Are you trying to annoy me to death? The decorations you buy keep getting uglier and uglier. What's the point of having a boring wood carving in your house?
You'll have to blame that on my financial freedom.
Wow.
Fine. Go ahead and hide behind your financial success if you want. But if we forget Mora for a second, do you have anything of true value to boast about?
I think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other hand. Can you think of any redeeming features at all?
Artistry, for sure. You don't know the first thing about interior design. Don't go off buying random furniture unless you take me with you.
So I'll have to bring you along and then buy you drinks?
Oh.
Of course.
But why would I do that? It would just be another form of a loan. And
Damn.
you'd have to pay me back eventually.
Wow, he really doesn't care.
Can't you just be nice and not ask for the Mora back?
Pretending that you're not in debt is as ridiculous as pretending you're not living in someone else's home.
Wow.
Word will get out sooner or later.
Speaking of which, your friends won't say anything, right? Tell them to keep all this a secret.
There's no need to hide it so carefully. I think the truth's already out. You're such a lightweight that a few drinks at the tavern had you spilling all your beans.
What? No, it can't be.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows, buddy. Give it up.